So we were like, wow. And then the dad of the group wanted to get Waldo from Where's Waldo crawling out of his butt crack. So we said $450 because I have to touch your old white
you
ass.
have to do an ass tattoo for how many hours? It's like,
Right.
yeah, fuck
Sorry.
that.
You're going to pay for it.
Yeah.
And he said, I swear to God, he said this to us out loud. He said, no wonder you guys have time today.
What a fucking jackass.
It's like, what's the quality? I mean, at least, like...
Trucking along, baby. Trucking along.
I'm sorry, dude.
Poorly timed and doesn't fit. At least I pressed the button. Unlike some people.
Well, me and Anthony had a conversation in the car, and I know
Let me guess about UFC.
Well, it was good. He said, what animal would be the best in MMA?
Animal versus animal or
Animal
animal versus human?
animal.
Two of the same animal or
Yes.
just like pick your animal?
No, it'd be like animal versus animal. Like different animal versus animal.
Okay.
Any animal. Well, I guess it can't be like a shark, because like, it
Well, I
would
got
be on a
mine.
mat.
Grizzly bear, babe.
That's what I said at first.
Grizzly bear.
Okay.
Sheer power. You gotta shoot that thing. Like, you ever play Red Dead? You gotta shoot that thing like 20 times.
Okay.
Understandable. Great power. Great stand-up game.
Stamina.
Great stand-up. Great ground
Stamina?
game, too.
Dude, that thing's huge.
Yeah, no, but if you run it around, I don't think it's just gonna
They're
be like...
fast as fuck,
But I'm saying,
boy.
like, if something equally as fast was just, like, sprinting around the cage for, like, let's say they went around 50 times. Like, you're thinking that bear is going to last that long? Like, I don't know about that. I think when you say stamina, that's not what I think of a bear. I think of power, height,
Yeah.
like,
Size. Right.
claws.
The claws are strong, but against
I said a
something
crocodile.
with tough skin.
I said a crocodile because it's MMA, so you're going to go to the ground. What's got a stronger ground game than a gator death roll? It's literally like one of the most deadly moves.
But we talking on land or on water?
We're talking in the cage.
in the cage, on the cage.
I still got a bear over
You
an
still
alligator.
have a bear over an alligator?
Yeah.
We're talking like the strongest of both. Like no pussy shit.
Right,
Like,
right. So you're taking the
strongest
best
alligator versus the strongest bear.
bear.
You would take the bear?
See, I
Dude,
think a gator would get grabbed by a bear and could literally like gator death roll it onto the ground, and now it's like a bear on the same level as a crocodile.
Do you ever see the video of? It's like this, like, it's like a cheetah or some kind of like jaguar or something, like drinking in the river, and all of a sudden this fucking alligator grabs the cheetah, takes him underwater, and you could see him tussling, and then on the other side of the bank, the cheetah's just walking out with the alligator in its mouth.
What?
Swear to God. Swear to God. I'm gonna find it.
I don't know about that.
No, I swear. I swear.
This is animated.
Cheetah.
It's like an anime.
And
Yeah, I say. There's also deep fakes. Like it's probably a deep fake, but I'm saying like
I think okay, dude.
we don't know the
Don't
circumstances
alligators
there.
have like super tough skin and shit?
Yeah, so it's
Like,
not
do
like
you think a bear would be able to claw it?
like I don't. I mean, yeah, but like I don't think it's just gonna
we're about
like.
to get shut down by this video.
Ready?
I think. Shit.
We don't know the circumstance. That crocodile could have been shot like 15 times already.
What? Okay, we're watching a cheetah who's drinking from the water.
yes, and he sees the
He
croc.
sees that croc. He got bit. He
Okay.
got bit.
See? Watch. Okay.
No, it's a. I don't think.
So there's tussling for sure. So right now at this point you're thinking, "Oh my God, the alligator just destroyed that
Yeah,
cheetah."
I don't think it's a
dragging him
cheetah. I
deep.
think that's a leopard.
It says
Oh,
cheetah.
Like
yeah,
a
it might be
jaguar.
leopard
I think
or
it's a
something like that.
jaguar.
Okay, well, big cat. It's a
But a
big cat.
jaguar is way different than a cheetah.
Right. And the other guy's like, "What the fuck?"
Still,
The
let's
other
see what
one's
happens.
watching.
Yeah.
It's definitely like a jaguar, I think.
Can you imagine seeing that?
Oh, what?
He's like, oh wait, it died.
Unfortunately, we just lost one of the
video.
animals. Okay, that's exactly.
showed us a cheetah dying to an
I do. Wasn't a cheetah though. I think
it
that
is,
was a
here it is, here it is,
jaguar.
here it
Okay, he's finding another.
Here
Oh,
it
it's
is.
just another
Here it
one.
is.
That
of
was
the
a
animals.
jaguar. I'm pretty sure.
The alligator just destroyed.
I'm gonna watch this one to make sure this is it.
So Jake just served my pro.
Here we go. I got it.
All right. Well, Jake's 0 for 1 right now.
Love the music.
That also isn't a cheetah.
I don't know the difference. It's a big cat.
It's a jaguar.
Skip.
Yeah,
Come on.
but cheetahs aren't in like forests like that. It's a jaguar.
This is it? Where's he kill it?
Ready? Look at that, dude. Just walking out by the fucking
that's a
neck.
tiny tiny that is.
That's tiny.
Look at how
dude.
that's literally like a 2-3 foot alligator. A jaguar
That's not
attacked
3
it.
feet.
Maybe 5.
Dude, that's not a big
We're
alligator.
talking big boys.
I still got a
Big
bear.
boys. You still got the. Okay, dude. I said Anthony brought up the crocodile.
What's got a stronger ground game
You
than
brought
the
up
gator
bear.
death roll? There's literally like not a move. It's literally called a gator death roll. Like,
Sheer size, though, between a bear and a gator.
The bear is big. Like
bear
if
is
it
big, but
does,
it's like, at what point? I don't
That
know.
thing could
what?
step on its head and it would be done.
I feel like the
It
gator's
could, it could also,
downside,
as it goes to step, and just bite the fuck out of its foot and
Has
rip it
four
the
off.
other-
gator's
4 other
downside would
feet,
be the
or 3 other
cage.
feet.
It would get trapped, and I think the bear would just be able to kind of outmaneuver it.
Yeah, that's what I definitely don't think it's like impenetrable.
I think it's a good 50-50. But
Bears
my,
are more aggressive too, so I think
my
that
animal. What about a fucking hippo? A hippo destroys both of those.
Well, we said that's where
maybe-
Gage was like in the water in a cage. I said in a cage because it was MMA. I mean,
Yeah, but then I was
Right.
like, I don't know how strong hippos are like outside.
you're not going to get the gaming commission.
I heard they're
to get a
very,
ticket
very
for-
aggressive.
They're huge
Yeah.
too, and they like just have like a fucking.
Their jaw, I mean, the strength of their
You see them
jaw
eating the fucking
crush
watermelons.
you. That's a watermelon. Can you
Yeah.
imagine if it was like a
Like-
fucking person?
Yeah, like a dude, even anything.
But could it take a leg sweep though? That's my thought.
I think it could.
Like if a bear came up to it and tried to leg sweep it, is that hippo going to go down?
Is it
gonna go down like-
Tekken character, like that big ass bear Kuma?
Yeah, it just comes up and leg sweeps it. Is it
Dude.
gonna? It's gonna fall like Tower 7.
If you're listening to this and you have an animal that you think would dominate either a bear or an alligator, drop it in the
Or a
comments.
hippo.
Or a hippo. I
I
think
think
the
a
hippo
warthog would do
wins.
pretty well too.
Warthog, like a big one.
They're fast, they're mean, and they got those big teeth. You
But
know,
how do they kill?
impale you,
They impale you.
Impale.
Against
bleed
a
out,
bear?
bleed out.
Bleed out. Bleed out.
See, but then like when a
They're just
porcupine,
gonna
but then
constantly go.
and then with, like with that thought, wouldn't a porcupine be like the best ever then? Because all it would do is curl up in a ball
or a
and
poisonous toad.
yeah, it would just like curl up in
Or
a
like
ball and
something
be like, you
ridiculous
can't
like
touch
that.
me. It's
Or
like
spider. Like,
and
I
that
don't
thought,
know.
it's like yeah, like impenetrable defense then wins.
Black Widow versus giant grizzly bear.
I don't know. What about a snake? What about like a really poisonous snake?
He's gonna get you in that Kimura.
Can you imagine that setup? It's like a giant UFC stadium, and it's a tiny little Black Widow spider and a giant grizzly bear.
What
and
was
there's
that?
people
The Black Widow
super
spider-
far away.
The Black Widow just leaves the cage and like goes into the
Can't even
audience.
see it, and the bear just falls over.
What was that show? It used to be on Spike TV, and it was like
Deadliest Warriors.
yes,
That was a sick show.
that shit
And
was
video games.
so
Yeah, they did make
cool.
it into a fighting game.
So bad.
Like Genghis Khan versus like
anything
the
popular.
mafia. It's like, well,
Napoleon
the mafia.
Bonaparte.
They're trying to like
Oh,
break
yeah,
down
they
like
did have like mafia versus like samurai.
they're trying to like break down.
Yeah.
They're like, well, a Tommy gun has this many
Yeah.
rounds. It's like, all right, so you're gonna fight a Native American with a Tommy gun? It's
I
like,
know. At
of course
first
he's
they-
gonna win. It's
yeah,
like, what
that
do you?
was one. It was a fucking mafia versus the Indian Native American. How ridiculous is that?
It's an unfair
They
fight.
roll up in like they roll up in like a 1920s car and on like a planes. Like it's in the middle of a planes. They just roll up like a clown
Cigar
car.
in the mouth. Yeah, see?
It's literally like a clown car of 8 mafia guys rolling out of a 1920s like whatever Model T in the
my
middle of a
God.
planes, and like they're just Native Americans. They're just like all
I
roll
think
up in
eventually they
boats. It's, like,
started
so
to
dumb.
do like more even keel matchups. Like they did like
Yeah.
SAS
Vikings
versus
versus like
KGB.
things. Yeah, like they definitely
Yeah.
did
That
start
makes
to.
more sense.
But
Yeah.
there's some where you're just like that doesn't make what?
Do, like
what?
spaceman versus caveman.
Christopher Columbus versus Native Americans.
It's like, well, Christopher Columbus is gonna win. He's got the
He's got the
viruses
disease.
on his
Apparently,
Yeah.
Christopher
them
Columbus was a
Smallpox
sociopath.
blankets.
No, I don't even know what that.
I'm still thinking about the UFC animals. Would something with opposable thumbs be the best?
Dude, I was
Like a
thinking
chimp?
a gorilla.
Like a raccoon
A gorilla
or like a
would be
gorilla.
really strong.
Yeah.
Ooh, a
Silverback.
silverback.
They're fucking crazy, dude.
Dude, you ever see when they put like videos of like a mirror, like in the wild, and the gorilla will come up to it and like think it's another gorilla, and they just like it's just sheer power, just demonstrating its like
That's what I'm saying.
aggressiveness.
So like,
power.
so like, if that gorilla learned Brazilian jiu-jitsu, could it get the like choke
That's
down
called
and
that's called
shit?
guerrilla warfare.
They have chimps. You've seen chimps in karate uniforms. They have it all the time.
But I also see them in bellhop uniforms too.
True. That's a good point. They could be pussies.
Fucking got him. Fucking got him.
Got him.
They could be carrying my luggage. Or they could be fucking spinning, back kicking me into the fucking netherworld.
They also
Don't make
were
them
gonna-
mad.
Don't-
And
And
tip
then-
well.
You remember that one lady who got her face ripped up by that chimp and
Yes.
she was on Oprah?
It did not
I
look
do not
good.
remember that.
It did
You,
not look
you
good.
remember that? She
That's
had
when
the first
Oprah, like,
face transplant.
Yeah.
Well, she deserved it.
I heard the phone call.
You
It's
own
so
if
funny.
you
Yeah.
own an exotic animal.
Did you say it's so funny?
Yeah, because the lady's like, I'm just killing my friend. He's killing my friend. And then you hear what happened. She was like giving him Xanax. Like, what the fuck?
If you
What the
own an
fuck?
exotic
Give me the chimp
animal,
Xanax.
you deserve whatever that exotic animal does to you in the end.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Why would you give a fucking animal human medication?
Why would you have a wild animal?
Why would you have an animal that's literally like it was like if you have like a 70 to like 90 pound monkey, they're literally stronger than like a 300 to
Yeah,
400
yeah.
pound man.
And
so
whatever
like,
happens, that's on you.
Yeah.
That's your fault.
Did you see how ripped
100%.
they are? Those chimps are.
I don't even like when people have pet snakes.
Me either.
What are you
I just-
doing?
I don't know.
It's
there's
in
a
a
level
cage.
to it. I think there's
Yeah.
there's
No,
like
you don't need a snake. No one needs a snake.
There's
Get
always
a
the
cat
type
or a
of
dog.
person too. When you see a person who owns a snake, they always like the same person.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you definitely had a snake.
Yeah, with the little frozen baby mice in their freezer.
Oh,
my wiener in some snake people, so
Literally
I
forgot that
got
kid
nothing
even
I can
existed.
say.
I went to Colin's house like twice, I think.
I went to his
Played
house once.
baseball in his backyard.
I drank a Dr. Pepper there.
Snakes are a weird pet, but I can understand like a non-venomous smaller snake.
But what's the point?
I hate
What's the
kind of
point?
cool.
If you-
I don't know,
I
it's
hate
kind of
people
cool.
who
I'm gonna
keep
extend it
spiders
even
as pets.
further.
Dude, spiders are your fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
You
No,
are
no, no.
crazy if you like spiders.
If you,
You
have an
just wanna be
animal that's
emo.
in a cage, you shouldn't have one.
See,
So I'm
I
talking
disagree.
hamsters,
I had a chinchilla. It was the
What about
fucking
guinea
best
pigs?
pet.
guinea pigs.
Dude,
you
I
don't
had
think you
birds.
should have them?
Dude, if you have a
100%.
bird in a
My
cage,
mom has birds.
Birds are dope. Birds are dope.
My
I,
mom has 3 birds.
but
I had a chinchilla
Think
as a
about
pet.
that.
Is the coolest pet I've had.
think about it though. You are taking an animal and keeping it in a cage.
Yeah, but it's also it's an animal. It's a prey, or yeah, it's a prey animal.
Let
so it's
nature
like-
do its thing, babe.
So it's like,
Let
are
nature
you
just
is
run
letting
its
is like
course.
so if
Let that
there's
thing fly, baby.
if millions of them are out in the wild and you take one of them out to live a full lifespan, is that like that big of a deal?
But you're keeping it in a cage.
But I think you're still allowing it to live, I would say, a better life than necessarily either in the weird like industrial pet kind of system that we've set up, or out in the wild.
I
where
guess that just would depend on your definition of a better life.
it's fed like 2 to 3, like 1 to 2 times a
Right,
day,
fed daily and
brought out of
healthcare
the
and
cage, and I mean, yeah.
but you
most
spend
insane
your entire
people-
like my cat doesn't leave this house unless
mean-
we take him to the vet.
That's what I'm saying. So
It's
like,
like a jail.
it's the same thought with a dog and a cat. It's like, what are their lives?
Dogs are a little easier because dogs you could take anywhere.
Not really.
Depends what kind
Ask
of dog
my
it
sister.
is.
She takes
to-
Bella
to work.
everywhere.
If
Stuff
it's
like
a
that.
small dog like
To
that,
work,
but like,
to
I'm saying, like,
restaurants,
if it's like a
to the
Great
grocery
Dane,
store, to yeah. Well, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
No
can't take a
offense to
Great Dane.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying you can
Bigger
bring a dog
dogs.
everywhere.
Right.
But you're gonna be one of those people. Do you really want to be one of those people?
And my sister is one of those people.
That's what I'm saying.
She's
It-
one of those people
it
who I can
fits.
see having like a little purse with Bella just sitting.
No,
in
she
it.
just takes her just
You
around.
just hold her.
But
Or
that's what I'm saying.
just
So like,
walk.
but even dogs, it's still like, okay, even if you bring him everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
60% of its life is still gonna be spent in the house, just like doing nothing.
80%
wonder
of
what
my
goes
life
on
is
through
at my
their-
house.
That's the
What
thing. That's
goes-
your choice.
Right.
Dogs like that, I wonder what goes through their brain. Like that's what I think of.
What, like when they go
Sasha.
places?
Well, Sasha's just like she's an indoor dog. Like
Right.
she goes outside and stuff like that. She likes to be outside, but like most of the time when she's inside, she's just sleeping, like or just laying down. And then like
Yeah.
I think like what does she think? Like
Well, that's
what
because-
is that dog?
They don't think much.
Yeah, I
They're
would
just
say dogs at that size don't have
Their brains are like probably
much.
that big.
Exactly. It's like
Yeah.
what we've done to them genetically.
Yeah,
it's like
they
I don't,
just-
they
they're
literally
cute.
can't have
They're
much of a
just
brain
cute, that's
process.
it.
It's like they're
But
fucking.
she's the
They're just there to
sweetest.
be there.
They're like
I love dogs.
I do too.
Okay. Would you rather be a dog or would you rather be a bird?
A bird in the
weird that you
wild or a
pick-
bird in a cage?
A bird in the wild or a dog in the wild? How about
Bird.
that? Bird.
Yeah.
I think I would rather be a bird too.
Yeah.
I think just being a bird would be cool.
Same question.
Okay, would you rather be a fish or a bird?
No, wait. Would you rather be a wild dog or a caged bird?
Oh, that's actually better. That's better. Wild dog or caged bird? That's actually a really good one.
Where in the wild?
And who knows?
Where are there
Are we talking the
typically wild
streets of
dogs?
LA or like the plains of Africa?
We're talking
I
like
guess I would say you could set where it would be at, but
throw a dart on the globe. That's where you're at.
you're gonna
I
end.
definitely would not be in China.
You're definitely gonna. I was gonna say you're gonna end in an Asian country,
definitely
more
not
than
wanna be there.
likely.
No, or you're a dog in mainland China.
Bird.
The
Bird in a cage.
Philippines?
Bird in a cage.
Bird in the cage. Bird
Yep.
in the cage.
Ideally, if I was to be any animal, I'd be a house cat.
But
Yeah.
actually, I
They
could
have
flip.
the best.
I could flip this
All
question
day.
again. Do you know what's a bird in a cage? What can be considered a bird in a cage?
Two in the bush.
Chicken. So you could be a chicken
Oh yeah.
meant for slaughter.
You didn't specify.
A
Exactly.
free range
What are the
chicken would
odds?
be fun.
What are the odds? What are my odds of being a chicken or a...
There's a lot
Like
of
a
chickens on the
Think
planet.
about how many
parakeet.
different kinds of birds are. This is an animal podcast now.
Yeah.
My fucking wrists are so itchy. My roommate's cat, ex-roommate. Boom, boom, boom.
Jake's slacking now.
I got
see?
cut every time I go into work. We have to get our temperatures taken on my wrist. So when it happened, it was like fresh and it was bloody.
Wait, what?
They have like a gun to take our temperatures every time we
Right
clock
here.
in at work.
Right here.
Well, they don't do that because they don't want to get close to the face, and so they just do it right here.
Typical Jews.
Because you want to be 6 feet apart. So like
When you
both
said
arm
that
lengths
before,
are
I
6
wanted
feet.
that bite before. I was like, I have to go
But
to work
anyways,
and get my
my
temperature.
wrist was bloody, and it literally looks like I just went emo. And like they were taking my temp, and I'm just like in my head, this looks weird. She's
I forget what's the term.
Just
Like
you should have just been like, I had a rough week.
side to side, not up and down, or something like
yeah,
that.
it's like across the street, not down the road.
That's it. It's a good thing that you remember that
Yeah, I
for
don't
your
know why.
newfound emo phase.
Right.
Was
Put on
it
some
bar-
MCR. And...
I was at Barrio yesterday after we moved with everybody, and they literally played like the most emo early 2000s, like.
Wait, was this
Never
after they
Say
closed?
Never, like.
Was this after they closed?
What, Barrio?
Yeah.
No, this was while they were open.
Oh,
We were on
okay.
the patio. I had a margarita and a mojito.
I've never been to Barrio.
Why?
I just have never gone.
It's not bad.
And people are like, it's pretty. Is it the same? Is Condado pretty much the same thing?
Yeah, basically.
Yes.
Okay,
I went to that in
I don't like
Columbus. It was
Condado.
pretty good.
You don't like
Condado?
Condado?
No.
It was pretty good.
Condado's
They're the
what
most.
adds- yeah.
They're the most average tacos I've ever eaten.
Barrio. I like Barrio for like a few things, and
I don't get the
mostly
hype.
just for the.
I don't get the hype.
It's really. It's not bad.
We had a there's a place, I guess a new place in Brunswick, like a Mexican place, and I got tacos there, and like they make the tortillas like in house. Like they're probably the most authentic tacos I've had, and they were phenomenal.
Best place
link up, man. We gotta link up and hit that shit
on Pearl Road,
Ew.
right around my house, is there's an empanada place.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
that
That
place
is the
is
Latin empanadas
so
in Parma.
Yeah,
good.
Latin street food. It's like Latin street food
empanada.
empanadas. The best
Yeah,
place.
fun.
It's when I go on DoorDash, it is. I went through a few weeks or like a week ago through my like DoorDash like orders to see
Yeah.
like just
The
prices.
order, yeah.
Every single time I go there, it is the cheapest thing I get.
Yep.
It's from
So
all
good.
of my orders at
You literally,
DoorDash.
like 4 for like $16, $17.
That's what I'm saying. And I usually pick it up because it's not even like a minute from my house.
Right.
Right around
So
the
I'll get
corner.
like $25 worth of empanadas, and it's like fucking 3 meals.
You order the rice and beans, and they give you like a
Shut
cup
up,
this
dude.
big, and it's so good.
I'm
Rice
so
and- I
fat.
just
I don't
had-
even get
oh
any of the
my
other
God.
fixings. I literally just order empanadas.
What
and just
empanada do you get?
Good.
3 cheese, really good.
The beef and
the
cheese.
beef,
is
yeah.
amazing.
The
cheese
beef
is
and cream
good.
cheese one is really fucking good.
You guys are
I had
making me
chick-
hungry, bro.
I just ordered. I actually just got it on Friday. I had
Oh,
chicken
shut up.
chicken teriyaki. It was like a newer
Oh,
specialty
that sounds
one. It
good.
was really good. But yeah, 3 cheese. That one is hands down.
fuck.
If you're going there for the first time, make sure you get a 3 cheese because it's just like the best pillowy explosion of
That sounds so
delicious
good.
melted
I
cheese
got
in your
shit
mouth.
pants the next day for sure. So
I love empanadas.
Without a doubt, it is.
Without a doubt, you will shit.
It goes in light. It's a very light meal going in, and then sits so heavy.
Yeah.
It sits
But-
so heavy in your stomach But I said to my brother, I would be fine dying at 50 if every day I ate empanadas. I'd be fine with that.
It's called El Salvador's Revenge. I was reading
What?
the.
Where did that come from?
I made it up.
Nothing from that.
It was funny. I was reading the reviews for that place, and like they're all so good.
I give them
but then
5
you
stars
get,
every single
you
time.
You get those people that have one bad experience and just write the whole place off as like the worst restaurant ever.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking, like at the shop, we have really good reviews. If you look up our Google reviews, we have a good review. These people
Not until
came
I'm
in.
done with them.
You wouldn't be the first one. You get 1 or 2 people that like try and be shitty, but
Couldn't do my hat sleeve when I came in at 7 p.m. What a bunch of
Saturday.
dicks.
Literally.
What a bunch of dicks.
these people came in sometime this week, and it was like 3 of them. They wanted these little tattoos. We told them like our shop minimum is $100. That's just what it is. So if you want to get
good round
something
price.
right,
That's a good round
if-
price.
like I've said before, if you can't spend $100 on your tattoo, I don't want you to be my client. But anyway, so long story short, there were 3 of them, and then that turned into 2 when the price wasn't good enough for the one, and then the one girl didn't mention on the phone that she was not 18, so we're like, we can't tattoo minors. And then the last girl was like, okay, well, I'll get my tattoo like $100. And Mace had her like fill out her paperwork and everything, and some other woman came in, and she was with them, so I don't know if it was like their mom or like an older sister or something. And all I hear is, well, I have 3 tattoos. That is not worth $100. We'll find a better place. All saying that out loud in the shop in front of us.
Did you kick him out?
So we were like, wow. And then the dad of the group wanted to get Waldo from Where's Waldo crawling out of his
my
butt crack. So we said $450
Yeah,
because
it's
I have to touch your old white
you
ass.
have to do an ass tattoo for how many hours? It's like,
Right.
yeah, fuck
Sorry.
that.
You're going to pay for it.
Yeah.
And he said, I swear to God, he said this to us out loud. He said, no wonder you guys have time today.
What a fucking jackass.
But it's like, what's the quality?
But I mean, at least, like, wait till you leave the shop to say that.
Yeah.
They're just outwardly saying this in front of us. Like, we were just
Yeah,
blown
dude.
away.
I would have blown up,
It's
but
like,
that was...
it's our social media culture.
We should have
of
been like, get the fuck out then.
Exactly. What I'm saying, it's their social media culture of just like allowing everyone to have an opinion and thinking that they can just like spout off their opinion with no repercussion.
Exactly.
Where it's like doing that in your shop, the repercussion should have been like, you guys got offended and been like, get the fuck out of my place. Like,
Right.
I don't want to tattoo you guys because like that's your right. It's like you don't talk shit to someone like right in front of them and then expect like
But the
nothing
thing is
to happen.
the girl was like ready to do it. She was filling out paperwork. It wasn't until that other girl came in and was like, first of all, I have 3 tattoos. What are you, the fucking expert now because you have 3 tattoos?
Yeah.
Don't you think, if anything, like you'd want a little more than 3 to understand the ins and outs of
Well, just
tattooing?
like in regards of anything, it's like you can find anything at a lower price.
Yeah.
But is it the same quality of work or like same like safety of guarantee of what you're buying? Because it's like you could go give a guy $20 and he's gonna fucking give you like a jailhouse tattoo. It's like
It's okay. We'll be here to cover it up.
exactly like that's the adage of it.
And,
'cause it's like,
now we'll be making $250 on
it's
that cover
more
up.
work because
Right.
I have to cover up this other piece of shit with good work.
There's
so
a
it's like,
saying. It's the what is it? It's like the bliss of getting a like inexpensive tattoo is not or doesn't last as long as the bitterness of having a bad tattoo or something. It was something like that. I
yeah,
fucked
it
it
makes
up.
sense.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
makes total sense.
Why would you? Who wants a cheap tattoo?
No, if I'm going to get something permanent on my body, I want it to be like...
As
Good.
good as
Well,
my money
yeah.
could get at that
Yeah,
time.
it's like you're not going to get work done on your car by some shitty piece of fucking garbage. You want it
I'll
done
give you
by someone who
I'll
is
do for
reliable.
$100. It's
And
like
it's one
yeah.
time. You pay me one time. It's not like
And you're talking about something that's permanent on your skin. I mean, unless you get it lasered off, which is hell
right.
expensive.
Oh, I always tell like it's like the little like 19-year-old, 20-year-old girls that come in and they want their little tiny cross or whatever,
Yeah,
which is
their
fine. I
flower.
don't care. I'll
Yeah.
do that shit
Money-
all day.
money in the bank.
I love that stuff.
Yeah. That's
But they
free
go
money.
it's
like,
like
oh,
a 15-minute tattoo.
$100,
For 100, yeah.
and I just go, how much did you pay for your nails or your hair? And they tell me, they're like, oh, $60 or like
Yeah.
120 for my hair. And I'm like, cool. How long does that last? And they're like, I don't know, a couple months. Okay,
Yeah,
right there.
exactly.
Right there. So
permanent.
$100 for that cross, it's going to look so good, and it's going to last you forever.
Yeah.
$100 does
crazy.
not seem
Yeah.
like a big ask.
Anytime you put in a decent amount of money into a tattoo,
Or just
know
get
it's gonna
something
be
else
worth
then.
it.
If you can't
Yeah.
justify that, then
Yeah.
get that plus something else. Get another little tattoo. Get 2 of them. I'll do them both for $100.
Yeah, like you're not being like I'm only doing one thing for 100.
Right.
It's like at least you're working with them of like, okay, yeah, I can understand you're thinking this is a small tattoo.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be $100. If you're willing to be like, I can do another smaller one
Yeah, get 'em
with
both.
that for 100. It's like that's a good deal. It's like they don't understand the idea of like you're paying for something to be done quality, like
And the thing-
with quality.
The thing too is like, okay, cool. Let's say, yeah, I do a little tattoo and it takes 10 minutes. Okay, but you've now taken a whole hour of my day because I can't utilize that hour to do anything else.
Yeah.
So now we have to do paperwork. I have to set up. I have to draw your tattoo. We have to size your tattoo up. We have to get the stencil on. We have to
Materials.
actually tattoo
Yeah.
it. We have to break down the station. I have to fill out the rest of your paperwork.
Explain to them like the
Aftercare and all that
yeah.
stuff. So when it's all said and done, from the time you walk in to the time you leave, it's about an hour. But yeah, sure, I tattooed you for 10 minutes.
Yeah, like the actual tattooing.
Right.
That actual process was 10 minutes, but it's like
Right.
from the moment you stepped in to the moment you're done with everything, leaving. It's like
And like you said, my equipment is it's not inexpensive. It's expensive.
Oh, you do
Yeah.
the ink and shit.
I mean,
Ink,
it's just like
everything.
needles, tubes, machines,
printing a
clipboard,
stencil.
cleaning
like,
stuff.
I mean,
Yeah.
just even printing a
printer
stencil.
ink,
It's like
printer
that's
paper,
something.
stencil paper, a thermofax.
There's a lot of shit that goes in behind the scenes that people don't think about.
They don't get it.
Yeah, you're
Like
like your wash down stuff.
Right.
and,
Also,
like,
If
you're
you don't
paying
know
for my-
anything, you just think tattoo, ink, and that's it.
Right.
That-
But you're also paying for my experience.
Yeah.
The
Well,
fact
that's
that
what I'm
I
saying,
worked for a year and a half without getting any pay at all so I could learn how to do this
Dude, that
craft
shit's
all
hard,
while
too.
working at a bar at
and
night.
then all the hours you've put in now, like accruing to where you're at now. It's like that's
Right.
what you're paying for. You're not just paying for just the tattoo. You're paying for the experience behind the tattoo.
Exactly.
Because that's what an art. It's like that's why there's all different tattoo artists. It's like because they all have
Yeah, you're
different
almost like paying for
styles
everything
and experience.
else
Right.
that you've like created in the past. Like you see the person's work, you're like, okay, this is what I'm paying for. Like,
Exactly.
this is what I'm gonna get. That's what I like.
Another thing too is like, and again, I don't understand. I don't expect everyone to know like this stuff. But it's so funny. People like just come in wanting a tattoo. I'm like, cool. What do you want? And they just like show me what they want. And like, I don't know if people think like, oh, he's a tattooer, I could just show him any tattoo and he'll do it. But it's like we don't all do everything.
Yeah, I guess I mean that's I think it just in like I want to say inexperience, but like being ignorant and just being like because it's like that's a label.
Right.
You know, a tattoo artist is just
Yeah.
like a label, but then there's subcategories under that like whatever. I'm not gonna go through because I don't know all of them.
Right.
Old like new school like all that bullshit. But it's like the same idea that's like everything though. It's like everything can be kind of broken down like that.
Yeah.
You can go to a restaurant and it's like there's a chef there. It's like
Yeah, can you imagine going to a restaurant? and
going
being
to like a
"Can you
Chinese
make me,
restaurant
like,
and then being like, can you
You guys figured out a meme without even seeing it.
Exactly.
There's a whole page called "If Tattoos Were Food," and it's just memes. And it's like you would not go to a sushi chef and ask for like
Chicken
Italian
parmesan,
food.
yeah,
Exactly. That's
Yeah, it's
so
like-
fucking funny,
But
man.
my advice is, I always tell people, look at the Instagram.
Yes.
Because
like you-
tattooers will
portfolio,
post
yeah, their
what
portfolio.
they want to attract. So I do tons of tattoos that I don't post on Instagram because I don't want to attract that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Not that I don't want to do it, but I don't want people to be like, oh,
Or it's maybe not
Jake's the guy to
necess-
go to for
Yeah.
tribal armbands. But
or
I'll do
like
them.
it's not necessarily like your best skill set even like it's maybe not you don't want to do them, but it might not be your best
Right.
skill set.
You want to put your best foot forward. So I
Exactly.
put what I do best on my Instagram.
Exactly. It's like you could do photo realistic, but it's maybe not your best
Right.
like skill.
Right.
Can we all agree that tribal armband tattoos might be the
Are
most
sick.
regrettable?
Probably my
Think
favorite
about how many
tattoo.
They
people
were
in high
just-
school got them.
They were just relevant for a very specific period of time,
Yeah.
and that was it.
Or
so
like the shoulder tribal thing. So many people.
some
got
people
that.
still get that.
Really?
I hate to say it, but some people still
It's
get that.
So unoriginal. It's like
Right.
It's I don't even know.
Well, nothing's original, but
I know, but like, is
Dude,
it,
all my tattoos are super original.
I can say I've never done that.
it's
But
so
No,
dumb.
no, just like,
White people with tribal tattoos.
yeah,
How
like
unless you're
what-
The Rock, you should not get one.
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say. That when you see a super jacked like NFL
Yeah.
player or something like that, and they have some tribal, you're like, okay,
makes
that
sense.
looks
But
cool.
that's what it's meant for.
Exactly.
It's
You're
meant
like-
to accentuate certain parts of your body. So like if you're a big muscly guy, like it's supposed to like
wrap those muscles. that kinda
exaggerate
make-
like
The
the ball of
definition.
your shoulder,
Yeah.
your bicep, your tricep. You know, it's supposed to like
That's when
you know
it
what I
looks
mean.
good. You
But if
see
you're
that-
some like 19-year-old like dude from Strongsville,
Right.
what are you doing? What are you doing?
I also have one. I'm not a tattoo artist, but I never want to see this on a person ever again. Don't get your last name on your back with any sort of scripture, wings, anything. Do not get your last name on your back because it is a garbage tattoo. I don't care.
It's called a skin jersey.
I don't care. I don't care if someone wants to come up to me on the street and show me their garbage last name on their tattoo. I will call it garbage to their face because that's a garbage tattoo.
There's a couple people who got that in high school.
I
where,
know.
Like, I saw. And
I
was
know
like,
it. I
That
was-
is so fucking embarrassing.
What I
dude.
said to them was, I was like, "That's good work," but I didn't compliment
That's good work. That's a good way to like low key diss someone's tattoo.
because it's
That's
like I
good work.
hate the fact
It's so dumb, dude.
it's so upsetting
so
to me.
boring.
It's so upsetting to me because that guy's wanted a tattoo for a long time, but has never had an original or creative thought in his life.
And then I added that. So not only is his last name the same word for a penis, but I also put King above it. So King Johnson, that's just King Dick, baby.
Dude, what a real dick. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
dude, that is like the most embarrassing shit
So
ever.
it's have an original thought. Put some fucking creative original thoughts behind your I want for a tattoo.
No.
That's all I think about. It's like
Just walk in the shop and pick something off the wall, please. Please.
that's
Please.
from a tattoo artist, but from what
I
I
would have
think
more respect if you had a butterfly on your back than
Yeah.
your last
that's what I'm
name.
saying. I'm fine with the artwork. Like if you want to pick artwork, that's fine. But I'm just saying like don't just like have something creative when you think of it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
having the name on your fucking back is just insane.
Yeah, it's
to me.
dumb. It's dumb for sure. And they were saying like when people get like numbers, like a date, you know what I mean,
they
on their
think
arm.
it's like
It's just
They
like
think
think
it's, like-
about it. Like there are
yeah,
people that
that's kinda
have
crazy.
numbers on their arm that did not want to get numbers tattooed on their arm.
yeah.
But I
What
mean,
if
you
we
still
had to
do
get
have
them?
a series of numbers associated with your entire life, though.
Right.
So it's like,
Your existence
Hey, what's your
is
social
just
security number?
Hey guys, my social security number is 5781415.
Got it.
Steal my identity.
I won't make. I like as many times as Gage does that. I will not make that a soundbite.
Did we talk about aliens last week?
No.
Did we talk about aliens recently?
We have talked about aliens before, for
Dude,
sure.
I love aliens.
I love where this is going.
I love where this is going too. UFOs? You think they're real?
Yes.
Dude,
What do you mean? Do I think they're real? They
They
are real.
They confirmed are real.
I honestly
literally-
think something's gonna happen in the next year.
With-
Like, I think the government is hiding something. I think the government is. I'm not kidding, dude.
What did
I
you
think-
just wake up?
No, but like more than ever, like I for real think something's gonna happen. Do you see what's? I don't want to make this political. Do you see what's going on in Israel and stuff like that?
Yes.
Dude, that shit's nut. You know, I honestly.
Oh, it would have been so good.
I don't know a lot about it other than like why it's going on and all.
All
that.
I know is
pretty-
it's
I know a
just
pretty
like
fair
idiot.
amount.
It's just crazy. Rockets.
Yep.
But with
Anyway.
aliens, dude, I think
Yeah.
the aliens are gonna come and stop something. I think
hope
the
so.
world's gonna go to war and aliens are gonna come and stop.
Did I
us.
ever tell you my idea that I think Chris Bosch was an alien?
Is this real or like?
I think yeah.
He looks like an alien.
Yeah,
does
look
like
at his
an alien.
face.
You know who else I think is an alien?
Elon Musk.
Dennis Rodman.
Exactly. He's got the same kind
could
of
believe that,
body
too.
and face as Chris
Elon
Bosch.
Musk, I could also.
He is an
see
alien.
as an
There's
He's
no
got
way he's not.
Asperger's.
Elon
Yeah.
Musk?
Yeah, he said it on SNL.
But like, don't you
Yeah.
think that's like just that could be a good cover for like I am an alien?
See,
you
I
know?
would, but I
Who, for Elon?
Yeah, like I'm awkward. I'm an alien.
he picked
Oh,
too funny
yeah,
of a
maybe.
named disease though.
What was that?
I think he picked too funny of a named disease.
Yes. Asperger's.
Asperger's.
Dude, they made a South Park episode about that. Asperger's.
I remember that.
The
Yeah.
nurse is like,
It's such
what's
an
in your
easy
pants?
joke, too,
What's in
but,
your
like-
pants? And then they're just like wrapped up. She's like, I think it's like our third episode in a row we've referenced South Park.
But dude, it's like so steeped into our like culture already that we don't even know. Like Asperger's. Every time someone says Asperger's, I think of South Park.
Yeah.
Asperger's. Anytime someone brings up Snooki, I think of South Park.
You muff cabbage.
You muff
You
cabbage.
fucking muff cabbage.
I'm trying to think what makes me think of South Park. Like what reference?
There's so many out there.
All the WoW references. Any WoW reference
Dude,
we'll get
that
into the
was
South
such a
Park
huge
episode.
episode. That's when
It's
WoW
because
was
I'm a
like,
big WoW nerd too.
Man, bear, pig.
Man, bear, pig. Dude, there's so many you can
Like if
just
someone says Al
roll
Gore,
off. Yeah.
all I
Al
think of is like,
Gore, dude.
Al
I'm super
Gore.
ethereal, guys.
See, actually, you know what actually makes me? I go to Futurama.
I was literally just about to say Al Gore makes me think of Futurama.
Oh, really?
I go to
Yeah.
Futurama references more. I thought I had
Nixon.
more of a Clark Gable aspect.
Richard Nixon. I think of Futurama.
Yeah, but I'm saying like when it comes to like references, I feel like
Yeah.
I go to Futurama more
Yeah.
than South
So
Park.
aliens, huh?
So aliens. Oh yeah, we were talking about dude,
Yeah.
Futurama, aliens. I was watching. There was this guy on Joe Rogan who was talking about his alien abduction. Did you guys watch it?
Mm-mm.
I can't remember his name, but it was like so fucking like convincing.
Wow.
And he like talked about how he got abducted and like everything, and he was there with 4 other people. They all got interviewed, lie detector tested, and everything. They all had the same story. He hasn't changed it in like 20
I heard
years.
that story from someone else on his show.
Do you know
you have to watch it.
You know,
Yeah.
lie
Crazy.
detector tests aren't admissible in court.
Yes.
Do you know that?
But this was also in the 80s.
That's interesting.
and
So it's like we give such credence
to
to
a lie
it,
detector test.
but then something that we go to for like our justification of right and wrong doesn't give it credence. Isn't that weird?
I wonder how lie detector tests work. Does it just
It's
monitor
about your
heartbeat?
heart rate, like some of your hormone. I think it goes to like register some like your
Your
hormone
horniness
levels.
Damn,
I get really hard when I lie.
When I get high, I get gay. That's a Zach May quote from like early 2000s.
You could take out the first part of that, and it's probably right.
You're not gonna listen to this.
But yeah, I don't know. I
get gay.
I think
it was so funny.
Thank you for that soundbite too, Gage.
I think aliens have been here for a long, long, long time.
My mom believes that they live underwater.
There are probably some that do. Think about we don't know. We know more about outer space than we
think
do our
about-
own oceans.
Think about anglerfishes.
Anglerfish, octopuses, dude, those are like the most intelligent creatures, and like, I would be an octopus.
They don't got no vertebrae.
They got no bones, man. How that nigga ain't got no bones?
Oh my god!
How that nigga ain't got no bones, man? They changing color, shit, man. They ain't got
Man,
no
that shit putting
bones.
brush over himself and hiding and
They
shit.
have blue blood too. Like, how fucked up is that? Blue blood,
Do you know
no
us-
bones.
Do you know what else has blue blood? My enemy.
Octopuses are like the only animals that can like think logically.
Yeah, they deduce by logic.
Yes. Like, how crazy is that?
Like
That's-
they
yeah, that's
hide from
crazy.
their enemies by like using like logic based like
Yeah, and you've seen
things
them, like,
around
get out
their
of jars
Well, are we
and
talking
stuff.
extraterrestrial, or are we talking like
Well, dude,
what-
like
aliens on Earth?
aliens on. Well, I mean, how different is that?
But we
Like,
know about those creatures.
Yeah.
We've studied them. I'm talking about
but
like
what if they were aliens? Like, what if there was like a planet of octopus aliens that could?
See, I
like,
think of it as more. I think they're not here. I think they just are the reason
Are you
we're
talking about
here.
like little gray aliens?
See, I don't think the aliens are like currently living on our
or
planet.
skinwalkers.
I think of it more as they were the reason we are where we're at now. Like they
Do you
came.
think we're an experiment?
Yes,
Yes.
I think they.
Me
I think
too.
they came when like the early hominids were being developed,
Yeah.
and they implanted. I think they put more
Well-
of their like they took one of the segments of hominoids and did something to them, and now we have ascended to where we're at.
Look
Because
at-
there's two different. Like you can see the difference in humans of like Neanderthals and
There was
the
something
other.
that happened that made us
Look at the way that
It's not just
ancient
conditions.
civilizations depict their gods.
yeah.
They weren't gods.
And there's like no
They were aliens. They came down from the sky, which they were like, oh, they came down from the heavens. It wasn't the heavens. It was aliens. They came down from the sky.
And I think they've checked up on us, but I don't think I don't think they're living on this planet.
I
So,
think
like,
some of them are.
I think they came. I think when we were early hominids, they fucked with our DNA, and then they've kind of checked up on us.
I think they gave us shit to help us like
Because then,
Yes.
like, there's periods of times where it's definitely seemed like they've made contact again. Because,
Yeah.
like, you can't explain the Egypts, the pyramid.
Yeah.
Like, there's definitely periods of
that's
times where you're like,
Egyptian shit.
there's definitely some alien intervention.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're just like posted up. Like, we're gonna put
Yeah.
human skins on and just kind of like walk around. Like, I think they've come kind of made like checks on where we're at as like a society,
Mm-hmm.
and then been like according to whatever their mission or whatever their ideas are, maybe give us technology to advance where we're at, or who knows, even maybe like stopped us from like killing ourselves already. Like,
Well, they always say like a lot of sightings are around like nuclear
testing sites, and
nuclear
stuff.
plants or like stuff like that. And then Tony was like, well, why don't they just show up,
And,
just
like,
land
say-
and like
yeah.
say hi? And I'm like, dude, they don't wanna.
Because maybe they probably just have surveillance on us, so it's like
Of course, they have surveillance on us.
so like they don't
course
need
they
to.
do.
They don't
No.
need to show up and like.
They have contracts with the U.S. government. I'm
Dude,
positive.
Alright, that's too deep.
If I die and I'm able to get any answer,
If
I
you
want,
die,
that's
you
like
die.
One thing I want to know, man. I want to know what the government's doing.
If I ever became president,
I
I
want
would.
to know like the most secret of secrets, dude. Like, what is like the thing that they?
Do you think
just
you could
not
handle
telling
it?
us? Oh, probably not. But I would love to fucking know. It'd be crazy.
You'd
I'm
go
gonna bring the world
insane.
down with me.
You'd go insane.
Yeah. Well, I was actually listening to this one YouTuber. His name's Mr. Ballin, and he does like
Credible source.
yeah, I know.
bad
he
name.
does like story videos about like kind of dark history. And there was this one Egyptian girl who like
Already don't trust her.
nah, it was like one of the most credible like stories of reincarnation, and she like
Oh, that shit is
yeah,
trippy.
dude, she like woke up one day and just having all these flashbacks about when she was like in Egypt, and like whatever, long story short, she ends up like helping all these archaeological people find stuff that has just never been like found.
Yeah,
ever
like how
before.
else would you know that
Yeah,
information?
She's like, hey, I know it's here, and they like just started digging. Boom, they found it.
Like when or like little
crazy
kids
shit.
are like, yeah, like I remember burning up in a fire, and it's like what? Like
Yeah, dude.
And you know, kids say
The darndest
Yeah.
things.
kids, yeah, they say some weird things, but
Yeah.
then you find out like, oh, in like 1993 there was this woman who died in a, you know what I mean? It's like they point out these
I just think of it as
details that you would never know.
like we're trying to understand things we have no real grasp on. So
I wanna
like
know so
with
bad.
our
I
with
wanna know
our
so
own
bad.
intelligence, it's like what we can comprehend and understand. We think we figured a lot of it
Yeah.
out, but in reality, like we didn't even figure ourselves out. Like we
Yeah.
don't even understand why there's things in our body that just happen. We
Yeah.
just throw it up to like
That's the only
it's an
reason
anomaly. It happened. It's just
I
like
want to do like some crazy like ayahuasca trip or something like that to like just get my mind blown.
Do you think that
DMT?
would help like open your mind to understanding
so.
some more
think
stuff?
so.
psychedelics. I think are
It'd just be
kind,
so
they're the
crazy.
next link
Or
into
DMT. I would try DMT.
into I think our understanding of our own psyche and stuff.
Yeah.
I think
DMT is like a thing that people say you need to try
Yeah.
because it's just like in another universe. I'm Joe Rogan now.
I just-
DMT.
You did bring up Joe Rogan like twice now. I think
He's so fucking. He's so
he's
cool.
so cool. and
He's so
stuff.
cool. I wish I was JoJo.
People
wish
give
he was
him a
my
lot
real
of shit
dad.
though.
Yeah, well, it's
Like
because
he
he's
said
so
something about
famous.
not being vaccinated, and people
Yeah,
are
but
like,
if you
"Oh,
actually, dude, if you know Joe Rogan and you've listened to him before he got like big, and you would just know that he's talking out of his ass, and that like nothing he says is like.
I hate my
for-
brother. My brother brings up. he's
Oh,
like
God, dude.
I don't like that he doesn't like fight the person when he's on
People
their
treat him
show.
like a politician.
And I'm like, so you don't like that he brings somebody on, gives him a platform, but the thing you don't like about it is that he's not hard enough on them and fights them on their on the opposing side.
Yeah.
I'm like, so you basically are saying you don't like it because it's not in the same it's not the same formula of TV and digestible
Yeah,
like
garbage that you see
that
on
you
CNN.
currently are okay with. Like, it's like he says, even to himself, he says, like, I will fight against on things that I don't see as right or whatever. And, like, but he's like, but the idea is to not, like, fight a guest. It's, like, to allow them
to speak their mind and then
and to kind of
To
tell
just
what they're trying to
expose
do.
you to different perspectives.
And then
Yeah.
if the idea is to then have the listener, if they are interested in that, whatever that was,
Right.
to go and research themselves.
Right.
So it's like,
I think that's what's wrong with our societies. We don't listen. Obviously, there are perspectives that like we should not give any credence to. Like,
see, I don't even agree with that. I think everyone is allowed to have a thought and is allowed to have a platform, irregardless of if you agree or disagree with
not
that.
a word. Sorry,
it's not a word.
that's not a word.
What word?
Irregardless.
Irregardless isn't a
It's
word.
not a word.
Regardless of.
Regardless.
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 Regardless isn't a word.
Nope.
Really?
Really. 100%.
I honestly, I'm sorry, I don't want to get sidetracked because I honestly really I didn't know
That's
that.
not a word. Irregardless. No, that's not a word.
It's not a word.
I promise.
What did you like? Just find this out?
What's your certainty level on that?
100%. I would be willing to give you literally every single thing I own
thought
in
it
this
was a
house if you
word.
can prove that it's a word.
I'm just gonna say it into my phone and see what happens.
Okay.
I'm gonna Google it.
Google it.
Regardless. I can't believe that. I've been saying it my whole life.
Yeah, it's not a word.
You're gonna make me laugh. Don't whistle. Iroquois. Irregardless. Okay. Irregardless is a non-standard synonym for regardless, which means without concern as to advice, warning, or hardship. Its non-standard status is due to the double negative construction of the prefix "er." So regardless. My phone's reading it. Wow, you're so smart.
Thank you.
Regardless.
So it is still a word, though.
Hey, we learned something new today. Irregardless is a non-standard word. If you don't know what that means, neither do I.
Anyway,
There's new words that get added.
Totally just derailed his whole thing.
Well, dude,
Well, I
you
was just gonna say,
kinda-
new words get added to the
I
to the
was
dictionary
so amazed by that.
every single year.
Irregardless is not a word.
Well,
I
as
feel
of
like
now,
I've heard so many people say it too.
and they're all wrong.
For now.
You know what I hate is when people say I could care less. They go,
yeah, that does
"Oh
bother
man,
me.
yeah,
I couldn't.
NBA I could care less." Oh, so you care a little bit? How much do you care?
How much do you
If you
really
don't care at all, you say I couldn't.
care
I
less?
couldn't care less. You care so little that it's literally impossible for you to care any less.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I could not care less about your grammar asphyxiations.
Ooh. Hit him with that reverse Uno.
Yeah, I totally sidetracked. I don't know where I was at. Oh, guys,
I don't know either, but
just
that
taking
was like,
someone's platform and not allowing them to
Yeah.
talk, I think
Yeah.
I think that's more wrong than trying to silence someone's
brother's whack.
opinion.
I agree.
It's like you might not agree with what they're saying or even
But it's their right to say it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Even if it's like people say like the misinformation though of it, but it's like to what level can you just like blanketly say like whatever they're saying is misinformation and not like
That's a
give it
big
credence.
issue these
Dude,
days.
misinformation's so big. I mean,
because it's like it might be it could be like not it could be not factual, but then there's also a level of like what was opinion based
Yeah.
and what is going into like
that is
factual
such a
talk.
You know what's weird is
issue
everyone always talks about misinformation, but
Uh-huh.
no one ever asks about Mr. Information.
oh my god, dude, I need to end this podcast right now.
I am the host now.
I hate you. No one asked.
Okay, so I had one thing I just wanted to say. So
Sorry.
this week, it was like Wednesday or Thursday at work. I got a splinter out of my finger that I
A
had.
wood splinter or a metal splinter?
I think wood.
Okay.
I think wood. I wasn't 100% sure. It was like good 2 to 3 centimeters in my finger though.
Ouchie. No
But I had it for like over a week in my finger,
Okay.
and the relief I felt when I got it out of my finger, I don't know if I've had that level of sensation or of relief from it, like compared to that moment. I just
I
thought,
love that satisfaction of pulling a splinter.
It's just like a lot of pressure, and then you took it off, or you took it
yeah, 'cause
out,
it was
and
like
it was
a weird. It was like not even I wouldn't say pressure. It was like my finger had almost gotten to the point where I was like I wasn't having like touch. I couldn't feel like I didn't have the same sensitivity. Like I was losing my like the.
You're gonna lose your finger.
I think so.
Runs in the family.
Oh,
Dude, that's not cool. That was even less cool. My dad didn't lose a finger. He lost a
Almost.
thumb.
Thumbs and fingers are different. Okay.
Boom, boy, gotcha. It's like a white boy summer. Blah, blah,
A
blah,
lot of people
blah,
say they have
blah.
10 fingers.
Why
They're
do we
wrong.
keep getting sidetracked? I was gonna bring something up.
They're wrong.
They're not wrong.
Thumbs
What?
aren't fingies.
What are they?
They're thumbs.
Do you think we could
What-
all stick
what's
one
a
of these
finger?
in our ass so we can all take a picture?
Metatarsal.
Like,
At the same time?
yeah, one here.
We'd all have to be
one
really
here.
close.
Yeah, we could do it.
I don't know. I think our butts are too big.
Yeah, I do have a big ass.
Those are long enough, though. I think we could probably fit at least
Yeah, I
a
got
little.
a big ass. And
But
I'm
okay,
proud of it.
So I guess my question was, have you guys had anything in that regard of like something you got like so much relief from, but you haven't?
Yeah, but I don't want to
experienced?
say it on the show.
That's not obviously sexual, like whatever.
You had to splinter my dick.
Or do you do anything like weird,
Yes.
like OCD things to relieve kind of like stuff like that? Like,
Well, last night I couldn't breathe. I had toilet paper shoved up my nose because my nose was running and I couldn't breathe and my ears kept popping. And then I took an Allegra, and this morning I feel great.
so like the relief of being able to
Allergies,
breathe
sinus
from your
pressure.
nose.
Yes,
That's a good one.
Pressure
it's
That was a good
horrible.
one.
It's unbelievably horrible.
Last year, I was going through this thing where like at work, I don't know what it was. Like the room we were in was like so stuffy and there's just so much dust. It fucked with my nose so bad. I literally had sinus pressure for like a whole month. And I literally wanted to kill
It's so
myself.
bad. It's like the worst thing ever.
And you just feel shitty all day.
You can't
It's
breathe.
like a
Every time you
headache,
swallow,
you
your
can't
ears
breathe.
pop, your head's.
It
yeah,
affects everything you're going to do.
it's just horrible.
it's like
Yeah,
the
I also
only
might have
thing
had
you can put
COVID.
your mind on.
That's horrible. I'll tell you though, Allegra D, that stuff works. Fuck Claritin.
Shout out.
Fuck like generic CVS brand stuff. You got to get that over the counter. That antihistamine
We
hitter.
brought up Allegra on this podcast before.
Yeah, I'd probably me.
That's a good girl's name.
Allegra.
Allegra. I knew a bitch named Allegra and I gave her.
I think if I knew a girl named Allegra, that was a girl that got in fights a lot. Smoked cigarettes
Okay,
in middle
maybe
school.
Allegra.
Okay, from the thought of hearing a girl named Allegra, hot or not?
Not hot.
You thinking not hot?
Not hot.
I think she thinks she's hot and she acts like she's
So
hot,
you're thinking of
but
like
she's
a-
probably
that's
not
like a-
that
So
hot.
you're thinking of
name.
like a 4, 5, or 6? Like could be like
5
not,
or 6.
like not
I think
bad,
4 is
but
too
not like
low.
amazing.
Like you definitely have to be drunk to want to
Well,
hit
speak
it.
for yourself.
But I think she just thinks she's way hotter than she is, and she
Yeah.
feels very entitled
Like
to
she
stuff.
hangs out with the hot girl crew.
She hangs out with the
hot
hot girl
bitches.
crew, dates a lot of guys, but they're always like they always just like hit
They,
it and
they
quit
bust
it.
a nut in her and then they leave.
And then
I hate when
she
people say
chalks it
that.
up to like all guys are bad.
Yeah.
Bust a nut.
I hate
Yeah.
that.
My thought, probably hot.
Do you think hot?
Hot. That's a hot. I feel like that. You're gonna name a girl that kind of a weird exotic of a name.
If
hot.
you're listening to this podcast and your name's Allegra, drop your name in the comments.
Send your pick.
Yeah, send
Send
your
your
pick.
hot
Are you hot?
Send your hot.
All right, give me a name of a girl, hot girl name, and then give me a not hot girl name.
Okay. Hot girl name Beckwith. Ugly girl name. Shit.
Shit.
Shit. You have to really elongate the S and the H.
Shit. Okay.
Shit.
You got it? Got one?
Beckwith.
I'm gonna start with the not hot girl name.
Okay.
Ruth.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Hot girl name, Taylor Lynn Barachek. Just save myself.
All right, pussy answer. All right. Yeah, that's a really good answer, Jake. Bitch. All right.
The one time I don't put it up to the mic and it's actually good.
My balls are sweaty. I have to poop and pee.
Matilda for the not
Ooh.
hot name.
I thought you were gonna say hot. I was gonna say that's sexy.
Hot name.
Taylor Lynn Barachek.
If I said that, it would have been really funny. It would have been really funny.
Actually, that would have been funny.
That would have been
I
funny.
think Heather.
Heather?
Heather.
Heather. Leather Heather.
I don't know. When I think of Heather, I don't really think of like a hot girl.
I think a potential stripper.
Heather.
That does sound kind of like a stripper name. Sorry, Heather's.
Sorry, Heather's, but when I think of Heather, I think of like kind of slutty, probably gonna be like stripper. So probably kind of hot.
When I think of Heather, I think of the name Dawn.
Dawn. My aunt's name is Dawn.
I also
I
have
just
an
feel
aunt
like those
named
two
Dawn.
names go together well.
I don't-
if Heather and Dawn,
there's
like
no
they're
connection
sisters.
there.
A weird era where they started naming people like I
Dawn,
hate.
that's a
Okay,
weird
you know what? I hate the name Barbara. Because I see it on every fucking plaque. Like everyone's name.
The
is either
worst version of
Barbara
that
or,
name
like,
is
something.
Babs.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, why
That's
do people
the
do
worst
that?
version of
Yeah,
Barbara.
Babs.
But you'll see you'll see some Babs.
Barb is not a
Barb.
nice name.
I would
Barb.
take Barb over Babs.
If my name was Barbara, I would have to be called Barbie.
I'd go by Babs
I would go by Barbie or Babs.
over Barb.
Yeah,
You go by
Barb is just, like,
Babs?
barbed wire.
Dude, I don't know.
Dude, I got a shit.
B
big
with
time.
with an S at the end or a Z?
Babs.
Babs.
S.
S.
I'm a classic traditional
Yeah,
guy. I'm
classy.
not dropping
I-
Z's.
that's classy.
Babs. Barbara's just so.
Nah.
Yeah.
I would rather be Barb than Babs.
I'm not kidding. Like literally 30% of the female plaques I get are Barbara.
My grandma has some really.
That's that
It's
era.
literally Barbara.
My grandma has friends and they all have weird names. Like one is
Kanisha.
Dottie.
Ruth Bader
Dottie.
Ginsburg.
Dottie.
Dorothy. Dottie.
Millie.
Millie.
Millie Vanilli.
Millie
What
Brown.
are some other ones? I feel like she is friends with a Barb.
It was from that era. Ah, dude, I gotta poop really bad. Sorry, guys.
Dottie.
What are you just gonna? We're just gonna end.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean we've been recording for quite a while.
I know we
so
were recording for a
Gage
while.
is out.
I'll go turn it off.
Yeah.
I
Well,
guess.
hold on. Yeah. You know,
I'll get on this mic.
all of our 12 listeners, or whatever, make sure to tell your friends, I guess, if you want. Follow us on the social medias. Sorry for Asking podcast. If you want to send us anything, I don't know why you would, but send it to us at sorryforaskingpod@gmail.com.
I haven't been checking the email or anything.
I don't check anything.
We should probably get on that.
We'll check. We'll check after the show. So if you send us something a long time ago, we're going to look at
Definitely
it
get to
today.
it.
Yeah.
Bad to say, I didn't listen to last week's episode.
I listened to half of it.
Beginning half or the second or the later half? It'd be weirder if you jumped to just perfectly halfway
No,
and then the last half.
I did the start to about maybe like a little more than half, but not the whole thing.
Let's try to throw something in weird for Gage when he goes to edit since he's not right here.
Right.
What do we do? How do we throw Gage a curveball who's editing this right now?
I don't know. Well, it's already pretty weird that we did like the exit, and then now we're still talking.
I actually don't know if he's actually still recording. I think he is. What's going to be weird for Gage is that I switched to his other mic, so now his track, he's going to be like, wait, is Anthony on his own track, or what's happening? Maybe he's thinking like they got mixed.
I don't
Now
know.
I'm in his mic, on his track. Gonna throw him
That
off.
might fuck with him.
That might fuck with him a bit.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening.
Bye, guys.